You need to nail these 5 fundamental habits, and you only need to start with 1 or 2 of them. And you don't need to do a whole bunch of changes at once. You can if you want to, if you're motivated to, but you need to focus on your wellness, improving your health. And no matter what your issue is, whether you're binge eating or drinking, or you have depression, or you've gained weight, improving the overall health of the organism is going to help you deal with these things. So, what are the 5 fundamental habits? It's walk outside 3 times a day. The morning session is the most important. Okay. You need to get out in the sun. You need to get light in your eyes. We need to fix your sleep. That's a priority. Eating a protein at every meal, super important. It's going to help you sleep better, stabilize your blood sugar, keep you from binge eating. Okay. Drink high quality water, preferably spring water. You know, Mountain Valley, Zephyr Springs, whatever you have around you, preferably. There's other alternatives to that as well. And these are details we can get into in a coaching program or on the question and answer here. And then have some sort of community. Go out with your buddies, go out hunting, go out shooting shotguns, go fishing, you need to have some friends that, preferably when you're struggling, dudes. You don't want to lean on women because, one, they're going to lose respect for you, and they're not going to understand. You need men. You need to go work on engines with your friend. You need to go, do yard work with your guy friends. You need to have guy friends. A lot of men get themselves in trouble because they get married, they get in a relationship, and they let their friendship with their guy friends die. You need to get around other men who are inspired, who are entrepreneurial, who are trying to better themselves, right? Go play, tennis or golf or whatever with some men. It's super important. And get the lights off at night. That is serious. If you're not taking those 5 things, you're not making an effort on those 5 things, you can chase other modalities. But if those foundational habits are not there, over time, those things like HRT, peptides, all those other things are going to lose therapeutic runway. And then if you decide to go down that road where you use HRT, you use peptides, you use things like supplements, they're going to work so much better if you've got those basics, particularly the sleep. So what I would do is sit down, figure out 1 or 2 of those things that you can do. I would do the outside part, getting out every morning first. I always fix people's sleep first, because without sleep, you don't burn fat. You don't retain information as well. 1 night of sleep deprivation is equivalent of being impaired by alcohol. So improving your sleep is going to help everything. So pick 1 or 2 of these things: walking outside 3 times a day, breathing through your nose, getting your sleep in order, and maybe the lights off at night. Start with that. Don't add anything else until you've done those 2 things for a week or 2. Then maybe add protein to each meal. Chicken, fish, turkey, steak. Add a fistful of that at every meal. But don't add anything else until you've mastered the first thing and the second thing. And a lot of people, just by getting outside, will notice a massive difference in a matter of weeks, a matter of months. And you just slowly keep adding and adding and adding until you've got all the basics down. And a lot of times that's enough to get people in a really, really good place. And then it's just a matter of fine tuning. But you have to work on that foundation. And that's going to make any medical intervention that you have to do work even better. You'll have to take less HRT, less peptides. It'll work better, have more therapeutic runway. You'll feel better in general. Okay. So keep it simple. Do an assessment. Am I in front of a screen all day? If you're in an office all day and you're literally in front of a screen all day, getting outside is going to be your number 1 priority, because that's going to change your life. Okay. If you're already outside enough, then you start looking at some of the other things. Why am I binge eating? Why am I drinking to make myself feel better? Why am I watching porn? Focus on getting the overall system healthy, and then you won't have to medicate yourself as much. So do a self-assessment, pick 1 or 2 of those 5 things, implement them into your life, and try it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And this becomes something that you do, something that just is, it becomes who you are, right? It's a process. Focus on the process. Don't focus on the outcome. I go outside every morning. I walk outside 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day for 5, 10 minutes around my property. That's who I am. That's what I do. I don't even have to think about it at this point. It's who I am. There's no effort involved.